Okay, so now that we're back, obviously we left off with the off season and playing part of the first preseason game against the Saints, which we ended up losing by 5. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about the Kirk Cousins situation. I know there's some people that have said that Carson Wentz's time in Philly has come to an end, and Jalen Hurts is, I guess, the new man in Philadelphia. And I was thinking, I don't know, I feel like it would make sense. He's 28. I mean, I personally believe in Carson Wentz. I think he would be good for this team. I really do. I mean, I feel like it'd be a lot better than Kirk Cousins. Honestly, get rid of a lot of this cap. I know Carson Wentz has a contract of his own, but because I don't know why fucking Riley Reef is getting paid $14 million. He's a fucking garbage ass tackle. But this is something I do want to explore. Okay, so here we are. We simmed the preseason, and we're about to get ready for our week 1 away game against the Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully we can get the season off to a good start. I firmly believe in, if you win your first game of the season, there's a pretty damn good chance that you're going to have a good rest of the season. So I always like to come out strong with a win. Hopefully we can do that. But let's do this.
Tonight, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, the special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Escaping the pressure right.
But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
They'll take over
Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that will be incomplete.
intended for PC Johnson.
To excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He is good.
And to get to that first drive of the regular season, they went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down, it's Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down Vikings.
Points result, we'll call this play significant.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st down, it's Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs the defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
They'll try to run with Madison, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the out. Watch the out. Right there. 54 right there.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Shotgun now for Murray. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
40 yards out. And Gold is able to put it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. They go play action. Cousins. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. From the 29, Murray, space to maneuver at the 40, and he will find his man on the outside as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray again. This is Drake. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the gun, Murray. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. 3rd down here. Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected, because to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
Being chased out left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Left. 2nd down and 4. Flush to his right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do.
Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards end zone. Coming up in the third quarter, in this defense hoping to turn that third down into fourth. On third down, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Coming up in the third quarter, in this defense hoping to turn that third down into fourth. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
Murray now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. To throw again, Murray. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Operating from the gun, Murray looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. Buying time, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So So for Minnesota, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Okay, so yeah, I think that was a much better game compared to the preseason game we saw last episode. Definitely what made the difference was Dalvin Cook, because he had a monster game with 234 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Kyler Murray, I mean, he threw 3 interceptions. I think he was trying to make too much happen with his feet, and that's probably what happened, because it looked like during that game he was pretty inaccurate too. So that is, we're off to a good start, so happy about that.